Oh, okay, finally. Somebody says something. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. Alright, maybe we should just get started. I'm not sure if people are still watching the concert or not. That's the thing. Okay, we'll just get started anyway. Today's topic is a topic that's been going on for years, actually. But recently it became a big deal for some reason because there was like, okay, for the first time ever, we got to see a picture of Taehyung smoking an actual cigarette. Previously, it was all vapes. I've never actually seen him smoke a real cigarette until a couple weeks ago. So previously, it was all vaping and I don't know. It never really was a big deal before. But like whenever BTS goes to the US and then things happen and then things become such a huge deal and it's whatever. I saw a comment on Twitter yesterday. Uh, this person commented a while back, but I only saw it yesterday. So, and they were saying, smoking is harmful. He's a singer. He should be mindful of his voice. Blah 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 blah. Okay, he's a singer by choice, and he doesn't owe his singing career to you. If he wants to destroy his lungs or whatever by smoking cigarettes, that's his choice. And yeah, he's been doing it for so long. If cigarettes make him happy, and he's like, he can retire today and absolutely retire as a millionaire and smoke for the rest of his life and not sing ever again. And then what are you gonna do? You rely on his music. He's already like rich, sweetie, independent of you. Okay, but that's besides the point. Taeyong has been smoking for years, and this whole time we have appreciated his voice. And his voice has been amazing, continues to be amazing, maybe gets even more amazing as time goes by. And so clearly, 100% clearly, smoking has not affected his singing ability at all. So who the fuck cares whether he smokes or not? Um, let me tell you, let me tell you. If you go to Korea, people are smoking everywhere. You have to fucking deal with it. Up until a few years ago, and this is only recent, that shows how strong their smoking culture is. Up until a few years ago, people could smoke anywhere they wanted, including indoors, in restaurants. And trust me, I was so shocked when I saw this. I was like, in restaurants? And then I was talking to my friend, I was like, there are kids here. And they were like, yeah, but the kids, their dad is probably gonna smoke at home anyway. No difference. So I was like, oh my god, what? But then a few years ago, maybe 3, 4 years ago, they banned smoking indoors and you were forced to go outdoors. But anyway, the smoking culture is very, 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 very prevalent in Korea, and it's like a huge thing. Um, this already happens everywhere, uh, but I would say more so in Korea. Like, the fact that people smoke to fit in. If you hang out with people and they all smoke, and then you don't smoke, you're gonna be left out. And unfortunately, that sounds like such a teenage high school mentality, but in Korea, the group thing is such a big deal. Like, if you don't if you don't do the same things as other people, or if you don't do the same things as your boss, for example. This is just giving an example of the culture, okay? We're just gonna talk a little bit about how strong the smoking culture is in Korea. It can affect your job if you don't smoke. If you don't smoke, it can affect your job. How? Because let's say your boss smokes, okay, and he often goes out to smoke, or after work when they have those like work dinners together, which is a very common thing in Korea. team dinners, work dinners after work, which are compulsory, by the way, mandatory. Uh, yeah, everybody smokes. You don't smoke. Everybody goes out to smoke. You don't go. And then when it comes to a time where, you know, the boss needs to promote someone or wants to promote someone, who do you think he's gonna promote? A person that smokes with him, gets along with him, talks to him more than you, a person that doesn't smoke? No brainer. It's gonna go to the other guy. So this is how the smoking culture really, really affects you in Korea. Also, it's yeah, it's just it's such a way of life, like smoking. That's how you get along with people. So of course there is the choice to not smoke. But you know, if you hang around with other people who do, okay, so I think Taehyung has done a lot of activities outside of BTS. So that's probably where he. Uh, this is just speculation, because, and we don't know how many of the BTS members smoke. We really don't. However, if they did smoke, then they would have gone out with Taehyung to smoke together with him, don't you think? So it's a big possibility. So Taehyung went outside to smoke alone with the security guard. Mom, what the heck? Why is she calling me now? Never mind. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Okay, so the picture showed him going out to smoke alone, and he was with security guards and everything. So clearly, you know, they know about his smoking. It's not anything new. They went out to smoke with him. And then here's two possibilities why he wasn't smoking with other members. A, they don't smoke. Oh, no worries. I was worried that people were still watching the BTS concert, and I was like, oh no, is this a bad time to have the show? But anyway, so two possibilities. One, the other members don't smoke. Two, there are other members who do smoke, but they were busy at the time, so he had to go alone. Because you know, when smokers get that urge, like you have to go. Okay, I have two brothers who are smokers, and so they were telling me, and I have smoker friends in Korea as well, and they were telling me that absolutely you have to like smoke right after you eat for some reason. And I'm like, I don't understand this, but okay. So wait, I don't know where I brought this up, but okay. Anyway, anyway. So back to the smoking culture thing. Okay, so the smoking culture thing in Korea, really, really strong. Constantly, the longest I ever stayed in Korea was 5 weeks. So 5 weeks of observation, and I don't stay in touristy areas ever. In all, I've been to Korea like 14 times. Mom, stop calling me. Why does she get it? I'm cutting off her calls. Anyway, so I don't stay in Korea in touristy areas. I stay in like regular Korean neighborhood areas, and I usually stay a minimum between 2 to 5 weeks. And so it's a lot of observation all the time about and people are smoking all the time everywhere. And like I said, this is a big culture. Even the people who look super muscular and healthy and go to the gym, right? And you would think they go to the gym for their health, to be healthy, but no. They come out of the gym and they have a smoke. And for them, gym is so that I can look good. It's not about health. It's because all the guys are going to the gym. All the guys have nice bodies. I need a nice body. It has nothing to do with health, but I need to smoke. Everybody, it's really hard to find a guy that doesn't smoke. So I'm worried now. Like, just by saying this, I'm like wondering. I'm not really worried. I'm just wondering how many members of BTS do smoke. In the first couple of years of debut for BTS, I kept seeing online fan art from Korean armies that depicted Yoongi and Namjoon smoking, together, there was so many pictures of this. And usually fan art does kind of copy real life a lot, like based on a real life event. So I was wondering if at the time there was something I didn't know about. Suddenly all this like fan art of Taehyung smoking popped up everywhere. So, but again, that's speculation. That's just a personal thing that I saw years and years ago, like 6 years ago, at least, at least. So that aside, we're just wondering who else in BTS smokes. But I must state, I have no issues with him smoking or them smoking, anybody smoking, because it doesn't affect me. As long as I'm not having to breathe in your cigarette smoke, I'm not gonna say anything. Because if it does affect me, then I'm gonna be like, don't smoke, or at least don't smoke around me. Um, a lot of famous people smoke. Yeah. I was Scarlett. I was just explaining the smoking culture in Korea, how strong it is. It's very, very strong. I was describing about how at like a company, at a job, if you don't smoke and your boss smokes and he always goes out to smoke with the other guys, then it's very likely you get the person to get promoted will be the person who smokes with the boss or drinks with the boss. Hey, Rafida, what's up? Um, and yeah, so in a Korean company, often often it's not about ability. A lot of my friends, trust me, a lot of my Korean friends have desperately tried to find, and most of them have succeeded, trying to find jobs out of the country because of how bad like this work culture is. Some people are just suited to it, like the obeying every word, going along with the boss's wants and demands, smoking, uh, sacrificing personal time. But you know, birds of a feather flock together. So my friends are like me. We don't like to accept the terms given to us. If we don't like it, we're gonna change it. So, uh, I had a friend here in Singapore, Hongjo. A lot of you, if you're on my Instagram, you would have seen her a lot. She's from Korea, but she works here. And my friend Kyung, I'm sorry. You did your research about the Korean culture smoking thing? Yeah. I bet you it's exactly what I'm saying because I didn't have to do research. I have so many friends that talk to me about it, and some of them smoke, which I hate. So, like I said, as long as they're not smoking about me, and don't get me started on the smoking and then spitting on the sidewalk every fucking where. If you walk in Korea, oh my god, please constantly look down and be aware that you're not stepping in someone's spit. It is everywhere, the spitting thing. And when the pandemic started, I was like, oh, they're gonna get it bad because their culture is smoking and spitting on the sidewalk. It's a fucking habit. So if you've got COVID and you're just spitting on the sidewalk, people are gonna like, I don't know, breathe it in or something. And then it's gonna spread that way. Anyway. Yeah. So what else was I saying? Smoking culture, really, really strong. Okay, so let's get back to a little bit of facts, right? Like I was looking up, and there was this like, it says backstage of the Japanese edition of the Speak Yourself DVD. He was holding a vape in his hand, and yeah, Olive, you know, those people are ignorant. You know, a lot of people live in their own little bubble, and you know, or they're really young. We can excuse the really young people, right? Of course, you know, they haven't really been exposed to a lot of other cultures. But let's all the people, the older people, who don't really bother to find out about other people's cultures, or or you know, people who just think, people who just expect everyone to be the same as them. But anyway, so I'm looking at an article here. I'm going to. Oh, I don't have. Okay. Jimin and Tae were walking, and then he took out his vape, and he was about to vape. Then he realized he was being filmed, and then he put it down. And there were there. I saw a picture. Yeah, there are tons of pictures of him holding the vape in his hand. Tons. I'm gonna post this article for you, so that you guys can take a look too. To switch on my own live on the computer. Okay. And hang on. I'm gonna give you this link. Hey. Hi, welcome. We were just talking about the smoking culture in Korea, and wow, I look really shit in this video. I didn't know that. Okay, anyway, I posted it for you. I look so crap. I didn't know that. Oh, my phone lies to me. Anyway, we were talking about the smoking culture, but I've also just posted for you that link. That link shows a whole bunch of pictures where Taehyung has been caught holding a vape, and then there was a time where Jimin had to delete his video. I think over Christmas. It was like 2019 Christmas, I think. He posted a video, and he had to delete it because Taehyung was lying on the floor, and he had like the vape like on the floor next to his head, which means that he had probably just finished vaping. He's constantly holding it in his hand, so it's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Did you see on Twitter? I don't know, wherever you might have seen this. There was this girl who brought a no smoking sign to the concert. Oh my god, if I had seen that girl, I would just smack the sign out of her hands and then smack the back of her head and be like, fuck you. It's none of your fucking business. Like, are you telling me you don't know a single person that smokes in your personal life? And are you telling me that if you know a person that smokes, you would bring a fucking sign and be like, don't smoke, it's not good for you? And even if you did do that, is that person going to stop because you did that? Absolutely not. What an absolute fuckwit. I hate people like this. First of all, don't bring fucking signs to a BTS concert. I hate people who bring signs. If the sign is about this big, that's fine. But then they have massive signs that block people's like view, and they block other things. Bringing a sign, bad. Bringing a sign to promote your own agenda, selfish as fuck. Selfish as fuck. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. Who the hell do you think you are? You're nobody in Taehyung's life. He's not gonna give a single fuck. So, oh my god. It just makes my blood boil thinking about somebody like that. Like, why? Why? What made you think you had the right? Are you such a strong promoter of non-smoking, or is it just because you saw Taehyung smoking and decided this would be a good campaign for you suddenly? Motherfucking hypocrite. So, anyway. Oh, I shouldn't come close to the camera. Face is terrible. I don't know what's happening. Oh my god. Anyway. So, okay. If you get tired of this topic, we're gonna move on to the other topic. The other topic's not that long. This topic, I feel, is so much more worth talking about because it leads back to everything. It's really not like he set out to be like, how can I destroy my singing ability today, which it hasn't, by the way. It hasn't at all. If he's been smoking since like 2000 whatever year starts with 1, or even maybe not since debut, if we were to speculate, and this is again speculation, if we were to speculate when it started, I would say it started when he went to act for that awful drama. What was it called? The one where all the boys are pretty. It was such shit drama. It was so crap. Well, it wasn't like super crap, but kind of crap. Hwarang? Hwarang, even though you spelled it wrong. I'll live at first. Hwarang. Yeah. Okay. Idols have less of a smoking culture. Because less. I didn't say none, but less because they what do you call that? A lot of the time when they start off they're like super poor, right? Usually this is how the stories of most idols start. They start off very young, they're super poor, they don't have money to go out to buy cigarettes, also they're not allowed of dorms to buy cigarettes and things like that. So idols have less of a smoking culture. Actors have a huge smoking culture. Actors have a huge smoking culture. So if we were to speculate when it started, I would say it started then, because Taehyung was like so in love with all the people that he acted with, and he loved them so much and admired them so much, and you could tell that he really like looked up to them and he was in awe of them, and he wanted so much to be a part of this group, and like he was so happy to be a part of the group. So if they smoked, why wouldn't he smoke to fit in? So if I were to speculate, the most logical, because we've stanned them a long time. I've stanned BTS since pre-debut, like just pre-debut. So it's like if you wanted to just look at all the signs and try to like deduce when it might have happened, I would say it might have happened then. What do you guys think? Like, if he's around the BTS members all the time, then and let's say the scenario A where none of them smoke and he does, then maybe that could be the reason. But scenario B, if like other older BTS members smoke, then they could have influenced him. So that's another scenario as well. Even before anybody was caught smoking or vaping, sometimes I did wonder if they smoked because of the color of their lips. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but smokers have darker, discolored lips. They are discolored darker to like a very, it's not even an attractive deep red. It's like almost like purple-ish, like dark. You can totally tell those are smokers' lips. And there were a few times where I've seen BTS members with that kind of lips. So yeah, I was thinking about it then, and the member that I have seen with those kind of lips, the one that sticks out in my mind right now, if you were to ask me which member did you see, I would say Jin. I've seen it a couple of times, and then I think to myself, no way. But a couple of times I've seen it to make me, and it makes me wonder if he smokes or not. And then the fact that like in a lot of videos he has like lipstick on, or like gloss and whatever, so maybe it's to hide his lips, but I've seen a couple of times like the dark purplish lips that yeah, Namjoon also, but the one that stuck out in my mind like right now was Jin, because recently I restarted this whole marathon of Run BTS from episode 1, and so recently I think that's the most recent one that I saw, was Jin with those lips, like, and then the Taehyung smoking thing comes up, and so I connected this Jin first, but I'm sure I've noticed like other members too. It's not just Jin. And I think all of you might have missed it when I was talking about how a couple of years after debut, there was suddenly this influx of fan art on Twitter, on Korean Twitter. Suddenly, it was everywhere, um, uh, scenes of Namjoon and Yoongi smoking. So I was saying this earlier, and I was like, did somebody witness it? Did somebody post a picture of it? And then uh, uh, recently a lot of fan art has been based on real life moments, right? Like a moment we like and a moment we see, and then suddenly everybody's like drawing it or like adding their own little story to it. I think that fan art culture has been around for a long time. Like it hasn't changed. Fan art based on like real life moments. But so when there was this influx of Yoongi and Namjoon smoking, I didn't think too much of it because I wasn't into the fan art thing at that time. Um, but there was a lot like Namjoon and Yoongi smoking together for some reason. I didn't know what that reason was, so again, that's just speculation. I think they look really cool smoking. I mean, what else can we say, right? What else can we say? There's nothing we can say about it. Like, we can't tell them to stop. It's not our right to do that. So, what can we say about it? The best I can say is that they look really cool smoking. Was there? I think I don't know. I can't remember. It's been like 9 years worth of BTS memories, so it's not the best for me right now. I don't remember because these are the kinds of things that don't bother me. I don't care about it, so I wouldn't remember. Unless it was like they did a crime 10 years ago, I would still remember. But smoking means nothing. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people that smoke. Unfortunately. Ah, so yeah, it doesn't bother me that they do. They can do whatever they want. Also, smoking makes your voice deeper, by the way. Uh, that's what a lot of people say, at least. And yeah, and speaking about that, there were some rumors as well that I heard long time ago that Namjoon was complimented so much for his voice that he kept it up by smoking. And Taehyung's voice is very deep as well. Maybe that's the reason. If deep voice is like the speculation, then Yoongi, maybe. I think I think Yoongi might smoke. He's stressed out all the time. Apparently, smoking relieves stress, according to my brothers and all my smoker friends. And that's why they don't like stop it, because it makes them feel good. Ugh. So anyway, I'm stressed out right now about how stupid my face looks in this video. Maybe I should smoke. I can't. Even if I breathe in a little bit of smoke, any kind of smoke, not just cigarette smoke, it can be incense smoke. People burning paper. No, burning paper. I think that's a nice smell. I know, cause I used to burn paper for art. But yeah, there's a lot of smoky things that I can't stand, and then it makes me choke, like I can't breathe. So I hate cigarette smoke. But as long as people are not smoking near me, it's absolutely fine. Ooh, strong smells. Sure, Rafida, no problem. Go if you have to. What is happening? Why am I disconnecting? Okay. I look better blurry on the camera. Okay. It's time to move on from this topic. There is nothing more to be said about it. We have exhausted this topic. We talked about the culture, we've talked about the possible beginning of how it started, we've talked about the influence, we've speculated on BTS members, and that we're done with that. And we should move on to the very, very anger inciting topic of, I wasn't gonna say army, but are you really army if you throw things at BTS? That is the thing. I think people who throw things on stage are absolutely attention whores, clout chasers. This is what I think. I would never throw anything on stage, but I am not a measure of a good army. I would never throw things on stage because A, it is a waste. B, I don't want to hit anybody. What if I don't throw well? What if my thing doesn't make it to the stage? What if my thing makes it? Because, you know, if there's a barrier and then sometimes there's guards at the barrier and then there's a stage, what makes you think your item is gonna reach the stage every time, no matter how you hope or pray? That, unless you are a fucking Jedi, that force of hope or prayer is not going to make your item arrive where you want it to. So anyway, I don't get it. I really don't. Do you know what happens to the things that people that they throw on stage? BTS is not gonna keep them. They're gonna throw them away when they walk. Okay. Everybody's seen backstage. Everybody's seen backstage DVDs. What happens backstage? They rush off the stage. If they pass their mics to the staff, their mics, like, the staff collects whatever they're holding, mics, water bottles, whatever it is they're holding. Then they rush off, change clothes, do whatever they need to do, fix makeup, come back, mics are handed to them, and then they go back on stage. So if you throw an item, what do you think happens to it? Do you actually think they keep it? Or do you... what happens? I don't think they keep it. Here's what also happens. Like, okay, they're not sentimental anymore. They have no room to be sentimental because they've been on the receiving end of so much already. And they're not lacking for anything. So if you throw it, the only thing you get to say if BTS touches it is that... if you throw it, the only thing you get to say is that, oh, BTS picked up the blah 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 that I threw on stage. And again, if you want to say that, then you are absolutely attention seeking, clout chasing. Because what other satisfaction do you get out of that? Right? That's what you wanted. To be able to brag about that you threw something on stage. Maybe BTS accidentally kicked it. Maybe it hit someone. Now, if you bragged about that, oh my god, you better watch your back, because armies, I hope armies locally around you are gonna come after you. So, I don't know, you guys. Ooh, today's tea is youthberry tea from Tivana by Starbucks. Forgot to make the tea because I was talking. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yes. What do you guys think? Why would people throw something on stage? What is the reason? There is zero reason. What do you want to do with that? Like, seriously. Throwing a soft toy to grown men? I don't know. I actually have not seen what they threw on the stage. Maybe you guys did see. I haven't been on Twitter all that much, to be honest. I hate, like... Okay. Let me be super honest. Like, well, maybe not all that honest. I dislike how BTS get, how they, not how they get or how they act. It's not like that. It's like when they're in the US, when they're in America, for some reason, to me, they become less cool. Like, less... how do I put this? So, they have a certain status, right? This, like, they're global stars, they're amazing, they're awesome, they're confident. But when they're in the US, they're always, like, in awe of everybody else. And I'm like, why? Why? Are you not as good as these people? Are you less than these people? Or why? I think they're intimidated by the fact that other people can speak English, and it sounds like they just become these like tiny creatures or something. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, that's besides the point. So that's the reason why I try to avoid social media whenever they're in the US. It sounds stupid, okay? It sounds stupid. It's just my thing. I had the same kind of feeling when they were doing Run BTS, and then there was this guy Baekjong who was this like famous chef or something, and then suddenly they became like these bumbling fools when they're perfectly capable of cooking. So I didn't like that either. It's kind of the same feeling. It's the same. It's like whenever they're in front of anybody else that they think is more famous than them, and then suddenly they become like these simpering creatures, simps. Yeah, that's what I don't like. Just stay exactly how you are. What are you doing? Have some pride. Okay, but anyway, that's besides the point. I was just being super honest. Don't hate me for it. I don't think it's even all that bad of a thing that I just described. It's just me not liking. It's just me feeling they should be more confident all the time. Like they have that status. Like don't lose it. But anyway, let's go back to the don't throw things on stage thing. Okay. I think there was like a previous concert or something. Someone threw some kind of underwear, if I remember correctly. Did you cut your hair? Yeah, I cut my hair like 2 weeks ago, but I don't think I've done a previous live with it. Maybe you weren't there. I think this is the second live I've done with this hair. Thank you very much. It's super short. I'm actually losing my hair. If you guys can see, it looks really terrible, but I'm losing a lot of my hair. And I was trying to go for a treatment, and the treatment's like really expensive, and it goes by hair length. The shorter your hair, the cheaper the treatment. So my hair was here, and I chopped this much to make it cheaper. It would have been even cheaper if I had like a boy haircut, but I'm not gonna go to that extreme to save some money. I'll say what I can. I think this is like the worst that I can do. Anyway. Okay, what was I gonna say? I think I remember something like this. Somebody threw some underwear on stage. It might have not been BTS. Let's Google this real quick. Alright? We're gonna Google it real quick. BTS. A fan threw underwear on stage at BTS concert. There we go. Did Army threw bras on at the concert? Ugh. Hi, welcome. No worries if you're late. Okay, even as far back as 2014, people. 2014. Oh wait. EXO, BP, no. Okay, in 2014, BTS were at a concert where fans threw underwear on stage, but it was kind of like, it was Music Bank, so it was like a group thing, and that may not have happened when BTS were on stage in particular, but I think I remember something in France. Let's look. You thought armies were better than this? You don't know what kind of armies exist? There's even this fucking army who's like making a big deal out of nothing. I think I saw this, it's all over Twitter, and then yesterday somebody told me about it, and she said it's worth spilling the tea for this one. There was this girl with this like confetti dress, and she made a dress with like the BTS confetti pattern. Like I've got that confetti. Like here. Where did it go? The confetti is still light. Probably got blown away. Anyway. I've got some PTD confetti. I'll show you guys another time. What was I gonna say? She made a dress with this confetti pattern thing. She thinks she's like she, you know, the special snowflakes that when they get an idea, they think they're absolutely the only person in the world who thought of it. Like, oh my god, I'm such a genius. No one ever could have thought of this. And then so she made this dress with the confetti pattern and then found out that someone else made a dress with the PTD confetti pattern, and then because this like insane girl has a big following, she and her followers went to attack this person that was just excited that they made a confetti dress to wear to the concert. And this person also like sells confetti that she, so after the show she deliberately picks up like all the shit on the floor and just like gathers it up and picks it up, stuffs it into bags. She brings bags specifically for this purpose, just to gather. So basically, she's doing janitor job at Allegiant Stadium. But okay, you know, I wish janitors thought of this, picking up the confetti and selling it to armies. But no, all the janitors don't think of that. But the scumbag Julia with the confetti dress, um, sells the confetti at $30 for like a little container of it. $30. Yeah, I saw that. She was like, the security guard was asking, you know, if she wanted like another bag for the confetti or some shit like that. But it could have just her. It could have just been her trying to make it seem like it was such an approved thing to do, that it was such an okay thing to do that even a security guard would help her. I think that might have not been true. The security guards there might have. I mean, which security guards there would be like, do you let me help you pick up the confetti? A whole bag. Like, if it was just a handful, I would have understood, but come on. A security guard offering to fill your bag of confetti? Why? Why? 4 pieces of confetti for 30? What in the actual fuck? I saw a picture where it was like a little jar. No? Because she was like, she was saying, oh, the cost has gone up and the materials are more expensive. What materials? I thought the materials included the jar. Wow, maybe. Maybe she puts 4 pieces in a jar. No, but when I read it, it was like she was like this little jar, and then she says it's gonna include a black swan feather, and then it's gonna include like this specific shape and whatever other shape. And yeah, it's whatever. I have a fucking bag of confetti, like collecting dust. Where is it? It's outside. I also have the string one, the streamers that they shoot when they sing "So What." I have a bunch of those. I know where they're outside. Anybody want to buy those? No, I think it's stupid. It's fucked up. Don't sell shit that you got for free. That's like if you were to give it away and then maybe people paid for postage, you know, or like maybe $1 more for effort. Like, sure, I'll send it to you. How about you give me postage plus $1? Sounds reasonable because for me, I hate having to go to the post office. It's annoying. So if you gave me a couple bucks for my effort, I would absolutely be willing to give you shit for free, like send you PTD shit for free. But yeah, I don't know what this bitch is thinking, selling $30 for 4 pieces of confetti. You know how big the confetti is? Do you guys want to see it? Like, I have it. I absolutely have it. I laminated some. You want to see it? If you say yes, I'm gonna go get some. It's right outside. Yes or no? Oh! Whoa. I'm already gonna go to get some. Okay, be right back. time back. Okay. Oh, my hair. Okay, so first of all, here's the streamers. They're all wrinkled and shit because I had to carry them home from LA. So I had to stuff them in my suitcase and they're kind of wrinkled, but still pretty good. PTD streamers. PTD confetti. If she's selling these, she better be fucking laminating them first like I did. Because then they stay this shape forever, right? Here's the other one. I had a different one. I have some other shapes, but anyway, you get the point. There's other shapes in the folder because in that folder it's got like a photo frame and whatever else. It's like gonna be my little project. I'm gonna put it up on my wall along with all my other BTS concert tickets. Yeah, look at how small they are. Okay, for reference, my hand is 15 centimeters. From this to the tip of my middle finger, it's 15 centimeters, so it's about 6 inches. And this piece of confetti is about 1.5 inches. Yeah, 1.5 inches. Other pieces are all similar size, so $30 for 4. Unbelievable. Insane. I don't get it. So the gall of her, the audacity to be selling these little tiny pieces for 30, and she doesn't even do anything with them. I think she just sells you the pieces like that, like itself, like for 4. She doesn't do anything. And FYI, they tear very easily. They also crease very easily. So if you lift it up wrong, it's gonna have a crease. Imagine paying $30 for the flimsy shit. Anyway. People have bought them. That's why people are mad because first of all, there's this scum trying to sell the confetti, but there's also the dumbasses who buy the confetti. Why would you want the confetti? What? First of all, you are promoting her bad behavior by buying the shit that she sells. And apart from that, it's like, why would you want to buy confetti? What is this? Why would you want to buy confetti for a concert you didn't go to? Why? You know last week? Oh, not last week. A month ago, a Weaver, there's this like slogan thing on Weavers that you could print out, and I think it has like the PTD shapes on it. Print that out. It was official. Print it out yourself and then cut out the shapes. Easy. Why would you pay $30 for tiny things like this? It's seriously tiny. Look, super small, really small. I've got the other shape somewhere. I swear. I just can't find them right now. They're somewhere there in that mess. Over there. So anyway, it is unethical to be selling things you got for free. It is unethical. It is taking advantage of people. You know, it's like you have the privilege of going, you know, share some videos for free, share whatever you can for free, but don't offer to sell. You can, like I said, you know, ask for postage and a couple dollars for your effort. So I think I've said this before in a separate video, a different video. There's something there's a phrase in Korean called sogobi. Sogobi is like sugo meaning like hard work. Your hard work or your effort. So that's why at the end of a work day you would say 수고했습니다, you know, like, oh, you've worked hard for today. and then be on your way. That's a way for people to end. Or like even when BTS thanks people, like after when BTS they all bow to the staff and be like, 수고했습니다. 수고해요. 수고했어요. You know, so 수고비 is a little fee for your effort. And so let's say she started charging 수고비 for like I said, a couple dollars, you know, because she has to, you know, make an effort to go to the post office and you wrap your stuff and send it to yourself. A couple dollars. Charge a couple dollars plus that person's postage. I think that's decent. Accepting money like that is fine. $2-3. It went from like $1 to a couple dollars to a few dollars, $3 now. Just because that's how much I hate going to the post office. It won't go beyond $3, I promise. I mean, this is a hypothetical situation. So if I had a bag of confetti, I'd be like, who wants confetti? Just give me a couple dollars for my bus money and I'll send it to you and then you pay postage. I think that's fine. Fine. But charging $30 for 4 pieces. People who just arrived. There's a scumbag who is selling $30 for 4 pieces of confetti from PTD in LA. This is not anything I bought from her. I mean, sorry, PTD in Las Vegas. This is my confetti from PTD in LA. Just saying. Which I laminated. Just so I can keep it. It's gonna go on my wall. I'm just gonna leave it there. It's a bunch of confetti. Why? How? $30. Way too much. What would you guys do? Like if you had a bunch of confetti? To be honest, I wouldn't even like offer it to anybody. I'm just gonna keep all the confetti to myself. I'm just gonna grab a handful. That's just enough for me. It's just what I did. And then, yeah. Who thinks of it in advance? I'm gonna go to a concert and I'm gonna pick up confetti. I'm gonna sell it to fools who will buy confetti. Who are these people that are buying the confetti? Who? I don't know. Who are also the people who are throwing shit on stage? Wait, did you say somebody threw a bouquet? We have digressed so much. I wanted to talk about the underwear being thrown on stage. In December, PTD in LA. Jesus Christ. Wait, which day? Oh, okay. Not the day that I went. Because if I had seen that, would have hurled some insults at the person, for sure. I mean, you can't physically assault someone, no matter how your brain desires to just give that person a good whack on the back of the head and be like, what were you thinking? Right? Oh, ew. There's a video. Ooh! It touched somebody. Do you mean? Oh my goodness. Did you guys know about this? I was not in the loop. I was not in the loop for this, okay? Because I was still in LA at the time and I was having a vacation. I didn't go on the last day, but this was happening on the last day and I didn't know that. Oh. Oh, let me send you the link. I'm gonna post the link for you. Disgusting. PH, oh, why are you laughing? Where did my keyboard go? Oh. It's not the enter button. There we go. I like my keyboard. I love my keyboard. I think it is the cutest keyboard. It's a bit dirty. I think it's got everybody on there, right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, 7. I'm OT7, okay? I wouldn't leave anybody out for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, up there, 5, 6, 7. There you go. But again, we digress. Go read that article. I can't believe somebody threw underwear. And actually, I didn't know about that one, but I knew about a previous time that somebody threw underwear on stage. I'm pretty sure it was in France. I can't remember though. It happened outside of Korea and it was not in the US. It hit J-Hope? No, it hit Jimin. Yeah. Ugh. I don't want to keep watching that. Disgusting. Red bra. What is that trying to imply? What? I was just talking to another friend about this, and it's gonna sound awful. No, actually, it doesn't. It's not gonna sound awful. It's gonna make a lot of sense. Let me tell you. And I will support this with personal evidence. Okay, personal evidence. Typically, guys in Korea are very conservative. Typically, so like yes, they may watch porn and all these other things, but they prefer their women. Typically, okay, not every single person. They prefer their women to be conservative because the image of women are like nice and sweet and cute, and a lot of guys in Korea seem to like that. I don't know about BTS. I can't say for them, okay? But you guys know I'm in Korea a lot. I've dated a lot of Korean boys. Some of them, you know, I've slept with a lot of Korean boys, so I know what they like. Okay. There was one time. I had this Korean boyfriend. He was a boyfriend, not just like a date or anything. And you know, I thought I would send him like a picture of me in this like revealing dress that I wanted to wear. It wasn't like a dirty picture or anything. I don't do that. So it was very low cut. It was really low V, and I've got like big boobs, so it was really low cut and it showed like a whole lot of cleavage. And he was so baffled by this picture to the point where he was like kind of upset also. He was like, why would you send me this? I don't want to see this. He said that. Why would you send me this? I don't want to see this. Don't send me pictures like this. I don't want it. And I'm like, what? Do you know all the boys that I dated before, all the non-Korean boys are like, girl, you got sexy pictures, or like all the disgusting, you know, send nude ones, or like usually boys like sexy pictures, but the couple of like a few Korean boy experiences that I've had, they don't want to see your sexy pictures. So if you think that throwing a bra on stage, especially a red one, is going to incite some kind of sudden lust of BTS for you, that's a fucking joke. They probably think it's super disgusting, and like, I don't know, they're probably gonna have nightmares about it or something. Because come on, it's not the same thing. Like, I was, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I think I met that girl. When I went to Busan Magic Shop in 2019, there was this girl. I disliked her so much because we were in Korea, again, a conservative place. When you are in somebody else's country, you respect the culture of that country and you must follow the rules there. But Jennifer, it doesn't matter. There were other instances where people threw underwear, aka bras, at BTS. Not even at the PTD thing. Previously, in previous, we're just generally talking about people who throw things, and I don't know whether it was a Tata thing or not. But I've definitely seen articles on like BTS having bras thrown. I really think it was France. I remember that. I'll look for it. But anyway. Yeah. So if you look at the dates for these articles, 2018, 2019, 2016, people have been throwing things on stage all the time. It never happens in Korea. It happens always overseas. Um, the article that I sent. Oh, great. Oh, really? Was it a Tata thing? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I, Somebody, this article said it was a browser. I believed it, and like I said, I was on vacation at the time, so I didn't know. But the topic that we were talking about was fans throwing underwear. In 2018, BTS gets hit by object thrown on stage. Uh, BTS underwear. Fans throw underwear on stage at Music Bank. What else? Okay. In any case. Um. So you have seen. What I'm saying is that why would you throw your underwear? It's so absolutely disgusting. And my point that I was trying to make right now is that why would you want to throw? I mean, like I said, they're being very conservative. And okay, I wanted to talk about this girl that PH mentioned. Was it PH? That you mentioned this girl who put her mouth on Jin's water bottle. She she introduced herself to me. We were standing in line for the Busan Magic Shop because people who attended Busan Magic Shop have to wait in line in your section, in your group, according to the section that you're going to. Um, she was, I think, behind me in line. She she introduced herself. I was talking to the girl next to me, and she was trying to talk to the girl next to her in English. And you know how if someone doesn't understand you, saying it to them again in a louder voice is not going to make them suddenly understand you. They're not having hearing problems. They're having fucking difficulty understanding you, you goddamn moron. So she kept trying to ask, who is your favorite member of BTS? And I was so tired of hearing her ask the same question again and again. I turned around and I explained it to the girl in Korean. And then so she answered, and then I said the answer back to this fucking moron. And then she realized I could speak English, and she started talking to me, unfortunately. And then she introduced herself as the girl who is famous, coming out of her own mouth, the girl who is famous because she she picked up a water bottle that Jin threw, and she I don't think she told me about the mouth thing, but she said she has it encased, like in a display case. And she took out her phone, showed me her Twitter, and I was like, okay, sure, girl. It's like, okay, like if you have to introduce yourself like that, that's fucking pathetic. Like when I go to BTS concerts, well, back then, not now. Like now, I'm very low key, but back then, years ago, when I used to go to BTS concerts in Korea, I would have like people from other countries come up to me and be like, "Are you blah blah blah?" Like the translator from Instagram, and I'm like, "Yes." And then people ask to take photos with me. People ask to take photos with me, and they get very excited, and then they recognize me from far, or they text me on Instagram to say, "Hey, I saw you yesterday, but I didn't want to approach you," like blah blah blah. So I was like, and I would never introduce myself to a person as like I'm famous because I'm an Instagram translator with like 150,000 followers. Like I would never say that. Never. So I found it so fucking like what the fuck? She's American, by the way, and I wanted to talk about this. She, like I said, when you go to a person's country, please respect their culture. It is considered, I know this is a bit backward of them, but it is considered absolutely disgusting and pretty slutty to wear anything low cut. But there she was with, she was wearing a tank top. First of all, even in summer, I hardly see people wearing sleeveless shirts because, like I said, they can wear skirts as short as they want. For some reason, legs are okay, but upper body is not okay. So not only was she exposing her arms, she was also wearing like a, one of those spaghetti strap tops that was super low cut. It was like up to here, and she was showing a lot of tits, and I'm like, okay. So that was one of the reasons I was disgusted and I didn't want to talk to her, because okay, I'm sorry, but at the time I was like, oh, fucking ignorant Americans and their like inability to respect other people's culture. And because at the time I was already having like really bad experiences. There was this other American girl that I met, that basically outright disrespected the culture even though she was made aware of it. And so I was pretty angry about it at that time. So pardon me. I know not every American is like that. So I was just having an angry moment. But anyway, this girl, disrespectful. Yelling at Koreans in a louder voice in English is not going to make them understand you. And especially, they don't want to talk to you. You're loud. You're showing off your tits in their face. It's too much. It's too much. The girls are very reserved and conservative. They open up and they're great with their friends, but with strangers, come on. Tits in your face, super loud English. Who is your bias? Who is your bias? They're not going to talk to you. Honestly. Just leave them alone. You sound like a giant bully. Just stop. Stop talking to them. And she was trying to tell me her strategy. I'm going to stand here and here and here to make Jin notice me. And I thought that was pretty disgusting because did you think that wearing a low cut top, is that your purpose? Was to make BTS look at you and look at your tits? I've got a magnificent set of tits, let me tell you. But I don't. I would never. You wear comfortable clothes to a concert, especially to a standing concert. The Busan concert was 3 hours and you had to stand the whole time, and you had to stand in line 4 hours before the concert. I stood a total of 13 hours that day, and the next day I couldn't even really walk. And so why would you wear uncomfortable clothes to attract, in the hopes that you would attract attention from BTS? It's so freaking disgusting. And it made me think, like, what kind of mentality do these people have? Really gross. Really gross. Anyway. So, that's been a lot of ranting. If you haven't liked the live, I hope you do. Please like the live. I hope this has been informational for you. At least, like, talking about the smoking culture, which relates to work culture, which relates to jobs and work. Again, like, if Taehyung is a smoker and he hopes to become an actor, outside of BTS, if he decides to stop being, if BTS decides to take a break or do something else with their lives, then he has that. Smoking helps him. Connections, fitting in, things like that. Smoking, beneficial in Korea. Yeah. Oh, there was this episode of Friends, I think, that was very similar as well. I think Rachel took up smoking because her boss kept smoking outside with her friend, and then that friend was gonna be brought on a work trip to Paris or something by the boss. Because Rachel wasn't smoking, she wasn't gonna get asked along. And that was a perfect depiction of how things are in Korea if you don't smoke. But anyway. Yeah, do you guys have any questions before I end the live? I just really hope that I've given you a lot of information on this. Jennifer, I'm really sorry that, about the Taehyung thing. The tete, tata. I'm gonna look at the thing a little more carefully. I just believed the article when it said, bro. But anyway. Okay. Oh, this has been fun. Yay! I'm so happy. Please, thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate it. I'm always here for giving you information. I am a trusted source on Korean culture. You can trust me. I have a ton of Korean friends, and they all say my knowledge is accurate. Also, I'm in Korea a lot. Okay, you guys, before you go, I will be in Korea from 26th of May to BTS's anniversary date. So 13 June. 26th of May is 13 June. That's 3 weeks of me being in Korea. So I will do lives from Korea and take you to some exciting places. There will be vlogs, and there will also be so there's going to be BTS anniversary cafe events held where you you go, and then as long as you buy a drink, you can collect all sorts of BTS freebies. Those kinds of cafe events are my favorite. And I don't know if you've watched this one particular event, but in order to collect all 7 of the BTS members like cup holders, I had to sit there and drink like 7 cups of 7 cups of drinks, and I was so thankful that it was a fruit juice shop, because most of the cafes that do these events are coffee, and if I had to drink 7 cups of coffee, I think I would die. I would be dead. Have you guys watched that? Can you please like watch it if you haven't? You can see. I'm gonna link it to you. It'll give you an idea of what one of the cafe events are like. Oh, you know, Taehyung! I am so happy. Okay. Wow, it's got like 4,900 views. Okay, so I need 24 more to make it 5K. So if you guys get out, I'm gonna post it for you. I'm also going to the Hive exhibition at the Hive building, and it says you can't take a video, but you know me, sneaky. I got an entire video of the BTS exhibition where video was prohibited, so I have my ways. So if you guys haven't watched that, you should watch it also. I've got a whole playlist of BTS events and vlogs of things that I've attended in Korea, and a whole playlist of how to get to BTS related places in Korea. This channel has a whole lot of information for you, everything you need, about BTS events in Korea. So, okay, this has been so much fun. I will be back next week around the same time, so join me again for another live. I can't wait to see you guys again, and we'll discuss more on this like Korean thing, and I'm gonna get you guys to vote for places that you might want me to go and do a vlog of as well. I would totally be up for that. Okay, so I'm gonna see you next week. This has been Taehyung, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!